Hey guys, it's Mike G here, and welcome to another episode of Mornings with Mike, your 5-minute dose of motivation and accountability for the day to help you live a healthy, happy, more fulfilling life. Guys, let's roll another show here, and I'm super excited about it for a lot of reasons. One, just because I get to connect with you like this on these episodes, and the hope with all these episodes is that it provides value, that it helps to make a positive difference in your life. And again, that's my hope. So let's go ahead and dive into today's episode. And what are we talking about? It's a simple one today. Simple one, but a very important one. And here it is. It's a question, and it's, what fulfills you? What fulfills you? Do that. Let me repeat that. What fulfills you? Do that. Do that and nothing else. And it's such an important question, but sometimes I feel it could be a cliche question, right? It's like, oh, what fulfills you? It's like whatever. It's almost like inspirational quotes that, they sound so good, but people often view them as cliche-ish, if that's even a word. And there lies the problem, because it's a great question, what fulfills you, but it can come across as being kind of a cliche-ish kind of question. And the thing is, it's not. I don't see anything cliche-ish about being fulfilled, about being happy, about having the sense of fulfillment within, whether it's with ourselves, our body, our career, our finances, our relationships. There's nothing wrong with being fulfilled in any one of these areas. I don't know about you guys, but I want fulfillment in my life. I need that. Without that, and I've trust me, there's been times in my life where I haven't had it in several areas. I think at times, even none of the areas, I didn't have fulfillment. And it's a shitty place to be when you're going through life and you're not fulfilled with your job, in your relationship, with the kind of finances you have, with your body, with your own body, the body that you have to wake up with every day, look at, be in, feel. That's just a crappy place to be, not being fulfilled. So that's why, I asked the question, what fulfills you? Do that. Do that. And I can share a personal story, and I'm sure you guys can relate. I've been in plenty of times where I just haven't been fulfilled, whether it's like with my body, where it's like I was just, whether it was like for myself, it was like during grad school, I was so stressed, and I was in this position where I wasn't exercising as often as I wanted to, and I wasn't eating as well because I was stressed out, and it was such, I just was in this bad place, and I was so unfulfilled. And although I was loving the work I was doing in grad school, and I was actually excelling, and I was learning a ton, I just wasn't fulfilled with my exercise commitment, with my body. And man, that took a toll on me physically, mentally. It just wasn't good. And even from a relationship standpoint, I've been in relationships where I wasn't fulfilled, but I stayed in it. And that just led to anxiety and stress, and just, it made me miserable and unhappy in other areas of my life just because I wasn't happy there. Same can go for jobs. I had a job that, yes, it was paying me well, but I was so miserable. Oh my goodness. It was just, thinking about it makes me stressed and anxious. But, what fulfills you? Ask that question, because more often than not, we know what doesn't fulfill us, right? That crappy job, that relationship we don't want to be in anymore, not being consistent with exercise. We know what doesn't fulfill us, but it's interesting that we never quite ask the question sometimes. It's like, well, what does fulfill me? What does fulfill me? Ask that question, ask that question, and ask it several times over, and really look to come up with the answers for each one of those questions. And, perhaps you even pick, those 4 areas of your life and ask it for each one. What fulfills me from a relationship standpoint? What fulfills me from a financial standpoint? What fulfills me from a health standpoint? And what fulfills me from a career standpoint? Perhaps just start there and really ask yourself those questions, and, write it down. And it can be something as simple as like, hey, what fulfills me in my relationship is like really making sure I have a date night with my partner every at least once a week. What fulfills me in my career? Something where a job, something, a position that I feel like I'm growing, or that I feel like my work is being recognized, or it's making a difference. Maybe financially, it's like, hey, what fulfills me is being able to save a little per month, even if it's a little. It's just understanding, knowing what fulfills us, and doing that, And it's not just knowing. It's like, oh, I know I can do that. It's not just knowing I can do that, but it's actually doing it. And sometimes it's not the easiest thing, The thing that fulfills us sometimes doesn't mean it's the easiest thing to do, but we're not talking about easy or hard. We're just talking about understanding what fulfills us, what fulfills us and doing that. Because at the end of the day, guys, the ultimate failure is success. Any kind of success without fulfillment. The ultimate failure is success without fulfillment. So let's make sure we know what fulfills us, asking the question, what fulfills us, and doing that. That's this week's message, guys. You're awesome. And until next episode, cheers.